Back, everyone, to another episode of everyone's absolute favorite place to be on a Wednesday evening in the world, Pitch Practice,
The
the show.
show.
What's up? What's up, Brandon? How are
What's
you
up?
doing out there? What's going? Got a busy. Okay, you weren't expecting. We're on. What are we on? 1 minute early. We're on 1 minute early.
We are,
So.
we are 1 minute early this week. Holy cow. That's amazing.
And not only that, but I was ready at least
And
20
yes,
minutes ago. You didn't you didn't think I was gonna be ready.
I didn't. I sent you what a text like 20 minutes ago. Said you ready to go? Actually, it was like 15 minutes ago. Ready to go? I was like, yeah. You shot the link over right away. I was like, holy cow. I don't know what to do with myself. I thought I was going to at least have 20 more minutes to, I don't know, piss around and work on a funnel or something. But I didn't have that time. Wanted to get on and get the descriptions updated for the show on my YouTube and for the Facebook. So make sure you
Mhm.
look at that there because there is a deal in there that is a pretty good deal, if I do
Wait,
say so
wait,
myself.
wait. I need to
What?
change the privacy on this live feed so that so that everyone that you can watch me, whether you're following me or whether you're just perusing social media.
Yeah,
And
I think I need to change mine too.
you know how it automatically starts off with privacy really restricted. But just want to say, Uh, hello, everybody out there that's watching. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from down in the comments. Did you see last week's episode? Did you see us go through the mega amazing chapter inside Sell Like Crazy? Tell us what you thought about it because today we're getting into the final. We're finishing this book off today. I was telling Brandon that I'm sad to see this book go, but that's not what Brandon said. He
No,
said,
I'm glad to be done with it. I'm glad to be done. No, I mean it's a good book, and I liked it over probably all the other marketing books that I read regarding because I think even though the beginning of it was a good bit of fluff and storytelling, I mean, again, this book is a giant sales letter. Okay, that's
yeah.
all it is. It's what 99% of most of these books are is giant sales letter. The perfect webinar in a book, and it goes through the good tactics on what to do and kind of it does a little bit more on how to do it as well instead of just giving you the um, cliff notes high end overview. Like there's actually actionable steps. Like he tells you go in there and do this. This is what you
Mhm.
need to do. But then in the end, it says if you don't feel like doing all that, then call my company up, call marketing, and we'll just do it for you, which is actually this, which is actually the smarter thing to do,
Uh-huh.
um, because as business owners, even though we are marketers and should be doing this, for ourselves, um, we got to find the who and not figure out the how, right?
Yes. It's his book actually follows his 17-step up and down around the bend selling formula that you'll never memorize. 17 steps. There's a reason why phone numbers aren't 17 digits long because it's like we can only memorize so much. So 17 steps is quite a bit. Um, I I did like the book though, Brandon. I did like it. I think I liked it for for him, not so much of the things that he talked about, because a lot of the things he talked about, you've heard it before, but he says it in a way that's just unlike anyone else that I've ever heard before. Um,
Yeah, he just puts a different spin on it. It's kind of like an allegory, I guess, or I don't know what the word is, but what I mentioned before on an earlier episode, I took a chemistry course, bombed it, failed it 100%. F, and then I retook it again and got an A. It's just a different teacher, a different style, different you know um, style
Yeah.
to get the point across, and just more understandable. So it's a good book. So if I were to say to read any book, if you're getting started in the marketing space or for any business owner out there, it would be Sell Like Crazy over any other book, even over Hormozy and even over Brunson's Secrets book. I'd read this first, and then I would read Brunson, and then I'd read Hormozy. Um, yeah, and
Yeah.
even before Kennedy, because I think Kennedy uh, complicates it a little bit, and his is more salesy than actual tactics.
Right. Right. I think in the 17-step formula that he talks about in this book, I think he talks about in the beginning the marketing part, and then as we get into this last three phases that we're at right now, actually, we're wrapping it up. He talks about phase 6 is the magic lantern technique. If you don't know
Hmm.
what the magic lantern technique is, stick around. We're going to talk about that. And then he talks about in phase 7 sales conversion. And what's the key thing that he talks about when talking about sales conversion is something that we tend to forget. And he says, sell like a doctor. Sell like a
Hmm.
doctor. Be a person that diagnoses and then recommends a solution to the pain that you're feeling, and then in phase 8 he ratchets it up a bit and tells you how to automate and multiply. And we know what that means. That means really to get your engine running, you have to put a lot of these things on automation. And what's the
Hmm.
one? Yep. And what's the best way to communicate with people on automation? It still just happens to be email. I really, text messaging is a method of communicating. Um, uh, Instant messaging, those are all methods of communication, but I think that email still rules the day. It's just, or can, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that email still rules the day when it comes to being able to automate your communication uh, with your audience?
Yeah, I 100%. There for my coaching client, she's running a 60-day challenge, and part of that 60-day challenge is an email drip for 60 days. And let me tell you, that was fun to put together. Um, 60-day emails. There's like 140 steps for 60-day emails. Yeah, it's crazy. Um, but as time went on, it's like, all right, so you get the first week. All right. Second week is kind of like, all right, I'm, getting the emails, the subject lines are hitting right, and feeling good about myself and all that kind of stuff. Third week, I'm like, okay, nice, glad I got it. Makes me feel good. Give me that little adrenaline boost for the day, and like stay on track with the program that I probably should be actually doing instead of just reading the emails. And then now it's like, all right, well, my deal is going to be coming up here soon, as far as for the 60 days goes, because we're testing it out and things like that. And what's it going to be after that? Am I going to get any more emails from her and that kind of stuff? Well, I mean, the answer is yes, because I'm going to be the one actually writing the emails for the newsletter and things like that. We put on hiatus as we kind of revamped it, but um, yeah, I mean, email is such a more intimate thing than text messages because not everybody checks their text. Everybody checks their
Right,
email.
right,
Uh,
right.
and I mean, when it comes to text messaging, it people only check text from people they know, right?
Hmm.
If somebody just sends a random text message without one, unless you're opting in or something of that nature, it's not so much a read or an open. But email is, I think, it's definitely more intimate.
Right, right. So when I look at when I look at the emails that I get from businesses, and then I look at the text messages that I get from businesses, the text messages that I'm interested in that I receive from businesses are going to be sort of like it's going to be a follow-up to an email. And now I've got
Mhm.
this one company that does it very, very well because the only time they send me a text message is to say, "Hey, Mark, did you get that email that I sent?" You know, it says, "Hey, Mark, did you get that email with the special offer we sent? If you didn't, go check it out here." Different. And then I look at the other emails I'm sorry, other text messages that I like to get and I actually respond to it. It's typically reminders. Hey, we're having a 5-day challenge. Did you know? Or,
Mhm.
hey, don't be late. Here's okay, something like Grant Cardone's, hey, the growth con is going on. Don't forget to register. It's not a two-way communication like email on bulk, right? Because on email you can ask for a response, and there are people that do respond to me. They respond on my email all the time, telling me lots of stuff. They're giving you feedback. It's really more of a two-way communication. And then the one email that I love is getting from Sonic. Oh man, when they've got those 99-cent hot dogs, that's the
Mm.
text message I'm opening up and I'm saying, "Hey, today is 99-cent grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm gonna be there from 2 to 4." Do you have do you have
Uh,
do you all have Sonic there?
in some locations, yes, but it's not that prevalent. I had one down in Florida. It was okay, but again, it wasn't a hopping place. I don't know what the best fast food was down in Florida, but I think there's one in. Nope, that's not. It's not Sonic. It's a oh,
Sonic.
what's it? I can't. It's
Yeah.
another burger. It's another burger joint. But
Yeah, but
anyway,
what about you? You get text messages from businesses and you get emails from businesses. What do you prefer to receive, and what catches your attention to make you want to respond?
uh, emails catch my attention more than text messages. Text messages, I find them annoying.
Annoying,
Um,
yeah, to a certain point. Yeah, I agree. If
yeah, I
unless
find
you
them
unless you like them.
right. I find them a little bit annoying. In fact, if I looked at my phone right now, um,
How many unopened?
how many unread text messages do I have? 621. I have 621 unread text messages. I mean, as opposed to my email, I have 60,491 emails I haven't read. But I since I get the whole notification on the phone and get the summary of what it is anyway, I consider it read. You know what I mean? So,
Uh,
um, yeah, but that's through multiple inboxes too. It's not just one.
okay, okay, okay. It
Yeah.
was at one point there was a saying that text messages get open 100% of the time, but I think too many marketers are in the inbox now, so that's not happening anymore.
No. And when a majority of them are either coming from who am I getting from? Getting from Grant, I get it from Russell, I get it from God, why am I terrible with names? It's a chick, she
What
was on she was on the cruise show. God, what's her name? She's in the Kennedy world. What is her name? Why?
what
Why
is
can't I
oh, she's in the
what
Kennedy
is
world. Okay. I'm
yeah, hold
stumped.
on. I'm stumped right now.
I don't know. But So what we're going over the last few chapters in Sell Like Crazy. Brandon and I are giving our biggest takeaways from the book and how we're rating this book. Is it a must read? Brandon says he feels like it's the book that you should read first before
Yep.
any other marketing book. I think that I like the brashness of his language in the book. I like that what he covers and what he says. I don't know if it's I did find a couple of new things in here. I think we talked about that in one of the past episodes. But this final chapter, I like when he talked about he talked about his magic lantern technique. If you're wondering what that magic lantern technique is about, it's really about. It's funny because he talked about email marketing, but he talked about once you've got your high value content offer, you've got that person's email, they're subscribed, and he talks about the larger market. He says that your top 3% of buyers are going to have bought by this time. But now, with the larger market, the 97% of people who aren't quite ready to go over that and make that purchase, he talks about building trust and reducing skepticism. I've talked about this in one of my videos that I talk about when I talked about the trust tipping point. He
Mm-hmm.
uses it. He uses it in a different. Well, he talks about it in a different way, and he talks about some reasons that people don't buy from you. It's not a high enough level of trust, and then too much skepticism. Well, he suggests doing a series of videos that are just pure
Mm-hmm.
value, just giving pure value. And if you see, you'll watch this chart right here. You see it starts empty. He starts empty, and then he starts to go through. And let me show you the end result of that chart. And there it is, right there, the end result, and you'll see on one side of the triangle is high skepticism, and you want to bring that down, and then this here is the high level of trust, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes them crisscross to make what he's dubbed the magic lantern technique. And how do you build trust with people, and how do you reduce skepticism?
You just keep stacking the value for what you're giving them, just your high value content offers. So, in this, in his situation, his high value content offers his book, right? And then I think he gives additional resources that tie into the book, like templates. There's a funnel template that he gives. I don't know if you have to pay for that or not. I don't think you do because he's an affiliate for ClickFunnels and all the templates are in ClickFunnels. So he's earning as an affiliate marketer there. And then he continues to give out other free guides along with it that may help you. And as I was kind of going through that with you there, one of the techniques in there was a press release deal.
Yep.
And if you're not, and this is kind of going a little bit off topic, if you're not taking advantage of the press, you are missing a ton of traffic. I can say this wholeheartedly. My coaching client, she got picked up by the New York Post from an article written at the beginning of the month, and she went from 7,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in 2 days.
Ah,
So she put
ah,
so
that's
uh,
amazing. Amazing.
yes, and just crossed the a key milestone in her funnel for sales as well. I won't say the income figure, but at least subscriber wise, she went from 7 to 10. And as you know, for every person on your list, it's equates to about $1 in your bank account every month. So just do the math there, guys. Sales are rolling. So if you're not taking advantage of that, using the lantern technique that's in this book with the high converting value offer, high value content offer, you're missing a lot. Missing a lot.
HVCO. Yes, yes.
HBCO.
Yeah. And then just to keep moving, the next phase, he talks about the sales conversion. And with this chapter, what we learned is how to sell like a doctor. Selling like a doctor is not, I think, sales is a lot of psychology. Sales is a lot of psychology, and sales is prescriptive. And I think that's what this chapter really focuses on, is being prescriptive. When I say prescriptive, it's meaning diagnose and then recommend, like the doctors do. Doctors take a look at your symptoms. They say, this is what you need. I'm going to recommend this for your treatment. And the key is that when you have these treatments that you recommend, yeah, you might be able to make a little bit of money off of it, like doctors do, right?
Yeah. EduSell. Give them as much data as possible. Tell them the reasons, why they're feeling the way they're feeling, or in the situation that they're in. And then you prescribe the treatment. So, if you're not getting any traffic, the prescription for that is you got to pay for it, or you just got to start putting time, effort, and energy in it and do the work to get the traffic, which means put out the content. But if the underlying issue is nothing is hooked up to the internet, right? Well, then you got to get somebody that knows how to hook everything up to the internet. So Google knows you're there and Bing knows you're there and can actually start sending people to your website. So, until you can get a doctor and a specialist in there to fully diagnose the problem, you're never going to know what the issue is. And if you're a small business and you're trying to sell your client, like if you're a landscaper, right, and a client has an issue of dead spots in his grass, well, what are you going to do? You're going to go out there, you're going to test the soil, right? You're going to show them, this is why you got dead spots in your grass, because you got bugs or you have bad pH. And it's like, well, here's the remedy for it. And once you explain the remedy, and if it's acceptable, good price, with a good guarantee, you're going to get a deal.
Then you won't have patches in your yard anymore.
That's it.
If you follow the step-by-step prescription. But if you don't, then you're going to have patches in your lawn.
And another way you can go and actually build the trust is not actually sell them your services at that point in time. You could just give them the remedy and, see if they can try it on their own. If they get success, great. If they don't, then they know who they can come back to get the services from.
Right. And that's doing that magic lantern. And believe me, the magic lantern is a long-term strategy. It's the broad market. It's people they could be this far away from you, and you start to close that gap, and then you start to close it a little bit more until finally you've got to that point where you are.
You're selling like crazy. There you go.
Yes. But sorry about that. We've been sick in this household a little bit, man. Working a little bit too hard, but I'm recovering. Thanks for the well wishes. But yeah, we were talking before. I think we were talking before we came on, and you said that you'd made a couple of TikToks, and I said to you, you still posting on TikTok? And you said yes, it's not going anywhere. However, even though you might feel like it's not going anywhere, there's a difference between traffic that you are borrowing, traffic that you're owning, And that's the key in chapter 9. Oh man, I got so many different bookmarks. Let me
You was actually on 8. You're on automate and multiply.
Yep,
Um,
it's yep, automate and multiply.
yeah, so
Secret weapon.
for sure I don't own the TikTok traffic, but it is a distribution channel. Okay,
Mhm.
get in with the good graces to the person that owns the pipes and put your message through that. I was in this month's magnetic marketing newsletter. If you're not subscribed to that, you should be. I'll get you a good deal on that deal. So hit me up. I'll send you the link. But yeah, so it doesn't matter if you own it or traffic you own versus traffic you kind of borrow. You can still borrow that traffic and then move them into something that you own. And even email marketing now, if you're using ClickFunnels or GetResponse or ActiveCampaign or whatever, you still don't really own it because you're still using their pipes to send out the
But
message.
but you do own it
Yeah,
because
you do.
you can download the data to have it. So it's not like you couldn't
Well,
take that information and move it to another carrier. You know,
unless
you can.
unless you have a email server in your house, you don't own it because you can still get shut
Well,
down by ClickFunnels or GetResponse or ActiveCampaign or heck, even
well,
your ISP can shut you down. But anyway,
well, you can own the contacts. You know, okay, I have contacts that I used to keep in a Rolodex. I own that.
hmm
Now, if I take that and I put that into a online database, I still own that. You know, I still own it, but I'm using the online, whatever it is, SendGrid or Mailchimp or ClickFunnels or whatever to trans, to transmit the emails. But I still own that email list as long as I can get access to it.
right.
Yeah, and it also talks about this is right up your alley. Um, but for me, I think that even when I'm not doing anything else, like I said, I'm still growing that list drip by drip by drip, growing it, gathering emails, still continuing to grab more emails. I was talking with good friend Tracy, and her group is just exploding. I think she grew like 600 over the past couple of weeks, and she hasn't even been actively recruiting or promoting, but it's just growing organically. That's what I love, and yeah, and I think this was right up your alley too, because it talked about the primary email uh, providers. And then, did you see this chart there, Brandon?
hmm Yep. I looked at it and I was very interested in his rankings on it and what he actually found. Um, and it actually made me feel good about myself because initially when I started off, again, we were on ClickFunnels 1.0. I didn't really want to mess with that whole SendGrid thing. I thought SendGrid was like too expensive and complicated, based on the number of email sends and things like that. And I just had that fear that I was just going to end up blowing up and I would get emailed to death, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but the top two for deliverability by email provider is ActiveCampaign and GetResponse. Um, Mailchimp, terrible.
Mailer Lite as far as getting into the Gmail primary box is
Send and Blue's
is
good. Aweber's good, but they're kind of pricey. Um, but I mean, across the board, GetResponse and ActiveCampaign are pretty much there. I mean, GetResponse has a little bit of trouble with Microsoft and Outlook, but everybody uses Gmail, so that's really the only one that matters.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I like how he broke down about 53% of emails are going through Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to believe that AOL still has 8%.
Yeah, I've lost my AOL email. I don't even know what the password is to it if I go to log it in. I mean, it's still
let me
there. I don't think it's went anywhere. I have to try to
you
get
know
it
I, you know
get it going again.
I'm old school, and I say I'm old school, and I have a Yahoo email address.
I got one
Do
of them.
people think differently about you because you have a Yahoo email?
I never use it.
You never use it.
I never use it. No. Um,
So when you use a Yahoo email, people look at you differently, don't they?
I mean, I think they look at you differently if you use anything Yahoo, Hotmail, or AOL.
And especially younger people, right?
Yeah, because it's like you don't have a Gmail account. Why don't you have a Gmail account?
Yeah, yeah. So did you know there was something interesting I saw in him and here that he did talk about when you're sending emails and in the subject line. Wanted to point this out. And he okay, I'm looking at page 317, and he talks about some of his most open subject lines and that he sent based off of testing. And then what he says is that what do they have in common here? And he uses lowercase, and they lack almost all punctuation, keeps it to 4 or 5 words max, asks questions. And in the examples he shows here, I don't know. I don't know. You see those examples?
Sorry, I was checking my Yahoo email. Um, it was just subscription notifications to Xbox Live. That's how that's how old I am from when I signed up for Xbox Live. I had a Yahoo
I
account in
tell you
college.
what, I have my name on a Yahoo email account. without a 1 or a 2 or a 12 behind it. How about that?
What page are you on?
317.
317.
And I'm thinking, would I open those emails? The subject line, crazy. Check this out. I think, I don't know. I think email has just gotten a lot more, we've gotten a lot more inundated with emails where we're not going to just open these subject lines anymore. Can I chat to you about this in the morning? Uh, if I see that coming from an email address that I don't know.
Let me tell you the ones that get me when it comes to subject lines that start off with reply, like they're pretending like they replied to an email that I sent them. So it starts off with that that re colon and then the subject line. Those usually make me look twice just to check out the email. Most of the time, they're just kind of replying to an original email that they sent me to try to pitch me something, but it still gets me to look either way. Gets me every time. So try that if you're having issues with your open rates. Hit them with a reply email, like you're actually in the middle of a conversation. Might get
I'm
them to
gonna
click.
I'm gonna tell you an email that always gets me to open it. And I think we're far enough along in this recording where nobody's probably listening. But so
We're
if you
listening.
act, so if you're listening this far and this long into the show, then it's about a dating app, another dating app, Brandon.
Oh, geez.
It's almost like getting an email saying, or that old school uh AOL. You've
Mm-hmm.
got mail. You've got mail. You've got two matches. There are two people in your area that want to meet you. And I'm like, who? Who is it?
Yeah, gotta find out who it is.
You've got a package waiting for you. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
UPS, you've got a package waiting for you. So I took that and I said, huh. I said, that really makes me open an email. How can I kind of adjust it or tweak that title so that it's applicable to what I'm doing, but not you know, just in my niche here. So I had a little secret test on my emails. You've got two matches with offers. We've matched you with two offers. I think that's a little bit of curiosity, and you want to find out, well, what offer am I matched with? What offer am I matched with? Or what hot babe am I matched with? That works. That works. I like that type of subject line.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yes. And that's basically it.
That's the book. So my rating, 8.5 out of 10. Um, I'll give it, you know, a good read.
I like it. I like the book. I think that it is a I think it's a good read. I wouldn't say it's a must read, but it's a good read. And I say I would stick with your about 8.5 too. About an 8.5, not a 10. But I like his style and I do like the cover too. He's got some pretty good ideas and go out and get yourself a copy. Check the link in the description. Maybe Brandon will send you a copy. Um, as long as you don't live uh, too far.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Um, so as we kind of wrap this up, I got a great offer. Just came across my desk for what I can do. Um, this business application that I have that I try to get these small businesses on to help manage and maintain their business. It's definitely software as a service, and the new program they have is this GPT enabled chatbot, and it's pretty cool. You kind of train it up on your business, and it will act like a human being for the most part, not too aggressive. And the main goal is to get a name, email address, and phone number for you to follow up with. And so I got a deal now that I'm going to give away 2 months for free and $500 in Amazon ad spend for two businesses. I only got two. If they
Is,
contact me in the next 48 hours.
is this chat bot available that we can kind of demo it here live? Maybe we can do
Yeah,
some demos here.
we can. Yeah, we can demo it here. We can demo it here live. I'll go ahead and throw my site up, and
We'll, we'll throw it on the screen. Maybe maybe we'll do a show where we invite an AI chat bot on with us.
oh, that'd be interesting. Let me ask you something though. Um, nah, never mind. All right, so I'm gonna share screen here. And there's the tab. Do we
All
see?
right,
Do we see the tab?
you ready to bring it on?
Is there?
No, it's not. It's not live. It's not with us. But hold on.
You got to let me share it.
Yeah, I've got to put it. I've got to bring it on screen.
Well, come on.
All right, you ready?
All right,
All right.
so this is obviously my site, and I'm gonna plug it a little bit here. If you're a roofer, plumber, landscaper, contractor, or remodeler that needs more leads, and you're tired of paying for Angie's List, go ahead and use my chatbot here and figure out what it's all about. Um, it's already been used, so it saves the chat once you've been there. Um, and so I can't really demonstrate it with the new. Mark, maybe you should go to my site and you fill it out, and you can kind of work with it since I already have it here. But I mean, I'm gonna ask you again, what services do you offer? And because of the information that
Okay.
I fed it, um, it'll pop up here. There we go.
Okay. What's it saying?
I mean, you should be looking at
That's
the
so
screen.
wrong. All right. I'm just cracking up laughing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had a friend send me a text message of the screenshot of uh of our video today, and it's got me it caught me in an unflattering position.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you asked it a question. We offer a okay. Okay, so it's like so it's a chat bot that you can add to your website for uh it's a chat bot that you can add to your site to uh to uh to answer frequently asked questions, right?
Yep. And yeah, like you just chat with it. I want to get more leads. What do I need to do to get started? That's it. But if you go
Oh,
to it, you'll be actually able to the station and go through the process. Um, my first question here is I'm looking for help to grow my business. That's great. Um, we'd be happy to help you. How might we assist you with your business growth? May I have your name, please? Brandon. Great. Can you please provide a mobile number so that I can get someone from our team to get back to you as soon as possible? Why skip that? What kind of services do you offer? Um, thank you. Be able to provide details. Um, I haven't I didn't seed this initially when I started just to kind of see if it did pull from the website. And then right about here, where I asked, do you offer social media? Do you help with social media marketing? That's when I seeded it with yes, we do offer that as one of our services. Just provide the numbers. Um, what's their services, and then these are all of the things that I put in there that we do. Crazy contract terms, no. How much do you charge? 500. Basic. I need help getting more leads, and then get in touch. Ask any specials right now? No. I mean, I could seed it with a special, and then I finally give them the number. Ask them what services again, and so it's all about the information that you put in it, and then it will spit it out. But it's really easy and simple to set up. And not only that, it goes into a CRM platform to where you can actually text out of it as well, as part of the system to actually respond to your client.
so so let me ask, are these conversations saved? Can you go back and uh you know intervene in human responses, or is this completely handled by your chatbot? Or is there a history of the conversation saved so you can actually, let's say somebody enters in some some valuable information, and it might be okay. It is their contact number, and they tell you some important or some really good information about their situation or what they're looking for. Um, can you then go back and feed this into like a an outbound sales call and say, hey, I know you're looking for you know, local SEO services within this market, and you're looking to stay at this certain price range. I've got a couple plans that'll work great for you. When do you have time for a call, or something that you can actually just kind of get that information to reuse it?
Yeah, 100%. So it's all tied to your account, and so you have your own inbox there, and you won't lose a message at all. So it'll all be saved there with the client, that general conversation history with all the notes, which is great.
Ah, okay, okay. So it could be a combination chatbot. Uh, so you could say the chatbot just starts the conversation, and then you can finish it.
Yep. Yep. 100%. And so you can take it offline, and rock and roll with it. Just I'd love to be able to demo it with a demo account, but I don't have one other than kind of mine. But if you want a video, I got a video demo for it. Just hit me up in the comments below. I will send that link over to you right now. And yeah, to a demo of it. And like I said, 60-day free trial plus $500 ad spend to Amazon, which is a crazy, stupid deal to get that for free. 500. Who wouldn't want $500 in free ad?
Oh yeah, that's a good amount of spend right there. That's a good amount of spend. Uh, Google?
No, it's on the Amazon. It's on the Amazon ad network.
Where does Amazon? Where's Amazon ads display? Where do they display?
They display. Where do they display? I had a link for it. I apologize. Obviously, it'll be on the actual Amazon app. It'll be in Audible. It'll be in on Amazon TV, Twitch.
It'll be on Amazon Prime.
Yep, Amazon Prime.
Okay, okay. So Amazon Prime, Amazon, I guess on the Fire Stick, on the box. Okay. Oh wow, that would be some pretty significant exposure.
Yeah, if you just Google the Amazon ad network now. Yeah, so it's primarily sponsored displays. So, like I said, when you're on the Amazon site, you get the display sites. You would see, where else?
Okay,
TV.
okay.
So you got the sponsor brands, TV, stores, posts, Amazon Live, all that kind of stuff. So I know it's kind of weird to kind of advertise there, but if people are already there shopping for something to fix, I mean, it works great if you're a contractor. Here are the best people for it. Consumer services, personal care services, dry cleaning, household goods, home building services, HVAC, electrical, flooring, landscaping, automotive, travel, and hospitality. So whether you're restaurant, hotel, travel agent, education, colleges, universities are good. Media and entertainment, museums, performing arts, tourist destinations. I mean, again, it's not the exact marketing that I like because it is a little bit more broader based, but you can still have some targeting in there for who you're trying to attract, and that'll be good for retargeting purposes as well. So again, 2 months free with the chatbot, and you get $500 ad credit. I got 2 licenses that I can give away with that, and I think that's a pretty killer deal.
You better act now. So check the comments to get in touch with us so you can get that free ad credit and the chat bot. If you're not sure what the chat bot is, rewind this video a little bit and you'll see a demo of Brandon using it. And the chat bot is cool because the chat bot is placed right on your website and you can program it to initiate conversations. And then as a human can come in and pick up right where that conversation left off as if there was no robot or AI chatbot involved at all. It's almost the most human-like interaction you want to have on the internet.
That's it.
How about that? How about that? Awesome show this week. We wrapped up Sell Like Crazy. And next week we're going to come with some surprise conversations, but we'll get back to you on what's going to be happening next week soon. It's time for us to sign off for the night.
Have a good night, man.
And see you next week. All right. Take care. All right. We're not off yet.